Welcome back, this time in English because this segment is sponsored by Cubicle 7.
Cubicle 7.
Dun, dun. Thank you again so much for your sponsorship. Thank you. Very generous, and they wanted us to showcase something today. And I have a question for you, Andre.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was not prepared.
No?
No.
Then answer the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
What's your favorite type of setting?
Actually, it's post-apocaliptic.
Whoa! No
What a
way!
coincidence.
That's so funny.
No, it actually is, really.
Good. What about, do you like sci-fi, fantasy, western? What do you like to play?
I like all of them, but I tend to more fantasy. Come on.
Fantasy.
Who doesn't?
What would you say is the one thing that annoys you in fantasy tropes, like campaigns that people usually do?
What annoys me? That is an interesting question. I think that there's always that thing that where gods are so powerful and so untouched that they do whatever they want with our characters, and that's so annoying.
What if they were dead?
Nice.
Welcome to the Broken Reef.
Oh yeah.
A post-apocalyptic fantasy tragic setting for 5e, which is exactly what we're going to be showcasing today, playing a little bit of Broken Weave, namely in a little safe haven called the Silkhold. But before I get too much ahead of myself, I would like to, obviously, call on stage the amazing players that I'll be playing with today, as I'll be game mastering, but obviously I cannot do it alone. So, and let's see, starting with the person who'll be playing Feyric. Ricardo, round of applause, please. Right after, let's call Rita on stage, who'll be playing Scylla. Joanna, or the almighty GM, playing Hara. And last and least, no, I'm kidding, definitely not the least, playing Carmyle, Simão. As for myself, I think you've heard enough about me during today and yesterday, but I am Nunu. I'll be game mastering this session today. If I can put this where it belongs, obviously. There we go. The Broken Weave. Desert land. The world is broken. There is no magic. The gods are dead. The only thing separating living creatures from death is survival. In this setting, and today, we'll be following the journey of 4 survivors. Namely, survivors from a little safe haven called the Silkhold. A wispy, ethereal, translucent safe haven deep within a nautical forest. Imagine it as you will, as you please. It is a very, very well hidden place, because around the safe haven roams a titan, creatures born of decay. Some people say they've been born of remnants of the gods, the power that still clings to this world, although now masterless. And others say they're purely remnants of decay. Whatever happened to magic when the world broke, turn it into decay. And things decay at an alarming rate, including survivors. But today, we don't start so grim. We start in a little hut. Very small. Smoke emanates from its covers. It is surrounded by vegetation, but this vegetation is intriguing, almost as if bioluminescent, slightly translucent. The vines surrounding the hut seem to have a transparent liquid inside. Interesting. But inside sits a short, stout old lady, and now you realize why the smoke is pouring out of the tent. The old lady's just carefully stirring a big, massive pot. And as we see the light inside the hut spread as the curtains draw open, we see at the entryway someone. What does that character look like?
Cute. So with white hair and a jacket as pale as his skin, you see a halfling, but he's tall. Somehow you can tell that his features are halfling-like, and what tells you that he's halfling for sure is that part of his skin is somehow translucent like water, slimy, even not to the touch, but visually. As he walks in, his hair is a little messy. You can see he has white tattoos all across his face until his chest. They're just white lines. They must mean something. As he approaches the lady, he touches one of his many earrings and says, I'm so tired.
Oh, blimey! You have to stop doing that.
I'm so tired.
Of what? You've done nothing the entire day.
I've spoken like a lot.
And? Oh, that's it?
Yeah, like people come to me with all sorts of troubles. Like, why is my husband doing this? Why can't he just be more understanding of me? And I understand what they mean, and I can provide some insight, and it does help the haven not fall into ruin. It's tiring.
I thought you liked helping the Haven.
Have you seen Scylla today?
Not this
Scylla,
again,
sorry.
Ferric. Not this again. You need to give up on this.
She just looks so beautiful.
It's over!
The other day she came back full of monster blood.
You're a delusional child. Very helpful. Love having you in the Haven. Very happy that you stumbled upon us, but delusional. Are you hungry?
Yeah, I was about to ask what's lunch.
Okay, sit down. As we flash out of this tent, we hear the sound of drums. Warfare is upon us. And as the camera zooms in from where these sounds come from, we see two children going at it, just punching each other, holding each other in headlocks. It all seems too theatrical, though. The punches don't really land. The locks are soft. What are they doing? They're just like play wrestling? And the sun is blocked out for a moment on top of these two children. Is it a cloud? Has night come? No, an imposing figure sits atop them. Scylla, supposedly not covered in blood at this moment in time.
Not covered in blood, not right now, but
What do we see?
what do you see? Well, first you hear, Liam! Liam, you're not selling it. You gotta go down. Like, you gotta hit the floor. What? No one's gonna believe you if you just, I'm gonna lie down now. Someone punched me. That's not it. Right? Go down. Sell it.
Yes, master. I'll try.
So what you see is a very young but very tall human woman who's wearing this very weird patchwork of plate mail, but it looks like it's made out of like insect husks, and it glows a little, like it reflects light just a little weird. It's definitely made from something around here. Like everything looks bug-like and wet and wispy around here. And so does she. Like there's little wisps of smoke coming out of the corner of her mouth, and she kind of tries to hide it. She has a little pipe. There's nothing in it. That she's literally just holding like she's smoking, but she's not. There's just the smoke coming off of her, and you see there's a little cloak trying to maybe hide some of the places where the wisp is coming from. But she's not at all worried about this. Okay, she's got her hair up in very tight braids so it doesn't bother her, and she's telling the kids that in a world without magic, the only magic is muscle magic.
As it should be. Great. As we move away from this wrestling camp, we enter a little hut as well, most likely, filled with little gadgets and trinkets, and the walls are adorned with tools that we probably don't really know what they're here for. Everything else in this safe haven looks very natural, as Scylla described. Very chitinous, very wet, very filled with sap, stuff like that. Although this particular hut looks more modern, mechanic, bold. Who do we see hunched over a table inside?
You see a small halfling with brown hair pulled up in a bun, a messy bun, like everything around her, very messy. It's filled with piles of junk, this hut. She says it's organized, but not really. Not really. And she sits at a table playing around with some trinkets. She has a couple of goggles, magnifying glasses over her eyes, so big eyes right now. And she's playing around and singing to herself like and she has a leather apron, or leather-like apron, very messy, not ethereal and beautiful like everything in this haven and the flowy clothes everyone uses. She has a heavy leather apron to help with her work.
Very distinct visuals from the rest of the haven, for sure.
Yeah.
Carmel, you're walking around the safe haven, and you reach a point where you're very close to this hut. What stands out to you the most, like in comparison to the rest of the haven? What strikes your eye?
From the hut? Yeah, likely it will be the fact that it has this really strange artifacts by the door, which when you approach it, it sort of just opens automatically, and there's a really weird grinding sound. She keeps calling them wheels, but I don't really know what that is. And cogs, maybe. It's just very bizarre.
Almost as if tranced by the difference in setting and tone of this particular place to the rest of the haven, you're drawn to it. And when you notice, you're already like at the door. And you've been here before, and immediately a small contraption turns around and like a mirror is looking at you, and you see yourself. What do you see?
I see something that I've only been told is known as the Forgotten. I'm an individual who's quite tall, with deep purple skin, bright purple eyes, and two horns that come from my forehead, go all the way to the back of my head, and then twist back to the front. There is hair that used to be luscious and red and black, but now it's got this kind of like gray sense to it. One of the horns, the right one, is sort of like almost like evaporating into air. It's not like cut, it's not broken, it just seems to be turning to dust or something. And I'm also wearing a very sort of heavy armor made of this mixture of like web and silk and bits of hide from bugs, and I have a sword at my back, and that is essentially what you see.
All right. Obviously, the contraption isn't there just to scare people off. You know something's at the door.
Exactly.
What do you
So I
do?
need to. I'm usually very concentrated on my work, so I need something to warn me more than the people coming in. And I stopped singing, like a bit embarrassed, like, oops. And Carmel, how are you doing?
Oh, you don't need to stop singing. You can sort of hear that across the road.
It's a way to think better.
Oh, I see.
I'm not
yeah.
thinking right now, so but that's fine.
What are you making?
Look at this. And I pull out my crossbow and shoot it right near you. and you see a mechanism that auto-loads the next bolt. See? I don't need to load it anymore.
Oh, so you'll just be able to cause more chaos more quickly.
Yeah,
Great.
and I shoot another one and it's right next to you and it loads up another one.
Right.
It's
Well,
very
that's
fast.
good. I think.
It's
Yeah.
fine. I don't have to waste time loading it.
Just very
I
efficient.
mean,
yes.
it takes a longer time loading everything back in, but
Oh, I see.
not
So
instantly. Yeah.
it's not like you have something like connected to your belt or something.
No,
like
I
you
can't
just-
magically create bolts. It's just I have to put 10 bolts in and then
Well, at least 10 shots
then
free.
shoot. Yeah, it's fun. It's very
That's-
fun. See, Boop, and I shoot another.
You
one.
have to stop doing that next to my head.
And we drift off from this scene as Hara happily continues to shoot and show the mechanism to Carmyle. who's
I
profusely
have
sweating at
very
this
good
point.
aim. I know I'm not gonna hit you.
And some of you might have noticed that this world is not like others. Magic is gone, so people rely on their voice. People rely on their tinkering skills. People rely on their muscles. And another thing, curious to note, if you were paying attention to the scenes, both Hara and Ferik have semi-translucent skin, almost fluid-like, blob-like, while Carmile's wisping horn or Scylla's smoking mouth. This is not normal. People that are versed in the ways of the broken weave, they easily identify this as effects of decay. Decay is everywhere. It affects every living creature, including people fighting for survival, like these four. So fun. Throughout today's session, hopefully we'll see the effects of decay, or fight it back with some hope, which is another key mechanic in the broken weave that helps us outmatch enemies without really any reason other than just believing in our survival. We'll see what happens. For now, the Silkhold, the haven where these four reside, bustling with people at this point in time. Maybe dusk is arriving, so people are tidying up to make it as camouflaged as possible for survival's sake. Maybe 100 people strong, this safe haven, I'd say. Very busy with life. As that life dies down, as the night approaches, and everyone retires to their quarters, their huts, their tents, their hammocks, peace takes hold of the Silkhold. Morning comes. Bug-like sounds echo throughout this weird gelatinous forest. But no more than those sounds. It seems like the haven hasn't woken up. And I have a question for the four of you. Which one of you is the first one to step into the center of the town, of this haven, and realize the slumber strike again?
I'd say probably Ferik, because it's part of his duties to talk with people. So the silence is definitely deafening.
100%.
So the first thing I do before getting out of, the whatever hut I'm sleeping in is 1 or 2 breathing exercises, just to help out with everything that's going to go throughout the day. And I make my way to the center of the Silkhold, but as soon as I step out, I know that something is immediately wrong, because no one is annoying the, can we curse?
Try not to.
Freaking head out of me.
Perfect. And you think, Ferik, wait, I was complaining yesterday. What did I do? Because you're new to this haven, right?
Yeah, I'm fairly new, and something else. Ever since I got here, I have a weird feeling in my chest, So if any of the other characters see me, or anyone else really, Ferric has this long sleeve robe that he's wearing. It just falls on his thin stature, but in a Napoleon-esque style. He's holding his hand inside of his left breast. Something is off. That's the only thing that stops him before reaching the center of the Silkhold and noticing that, well, whatever is going on is going on.
Right. As you approach the center of the Silkhold, there is, banged in the center, a statue. A very natural-like statue. It's made out of the materials in the aquatic forest here. Some of the elements are replaced every week as they dry out, or if they're harvested for their water, etc. But there's one thing that doesn't change, and that's a massive great sword that shines when light hits upon it. That is part of the statue. The statue is just like an abstract sculpture of meant to represent the forest and the blessings that the surroundings give the denizens of the safe haven, the Silkhold. The sword, you might have heard the story, especially with speaking with people, that it is an artifact that has been recovered generations ago by the Silkhold's founder. And it's told to minimize the effects of decay in this area. And you think that most people believe it is because of this giant sword that decay has been kept at bay in the Silkhold. And because you have spoken with a lot of people since you've arrived, even though you're quite new in the Haven, you probably also know that people are very afraid of something called the slumber. Something that you're not quite sure what exactly is, but because people don't like talking about it, it's the one thing they don't annoy you about. But it happens periodically. Could this be it? Let's see. Who is the second person? Correct.
Well, as I noticed that no one is really there, and, well, I just had the, let's say, the privilege of seeing the town's center without any people in it, and there's a great sword in the middle. I'm gonna try and find Scylla.
Interesting. As you roam around, Scylla, where does he find you?
He actually finds me making my way towards the whole center because, well, she woke up with her family around her, and they wouldn't wake up. And she's never the first to wake up in that house. Okay, everyone takes everything very seriously, and if her mom and grandma are asleep, something's going down. So she bolts for the center of the hold, and she sees Feyric, and like she just goes, "It's our turn. We gotta step up."
You see Feyric, he doesn't see you. He's like, because he's making his way to your house, and you see him lost in thought. Yo, Scylla, you wanna check out? No, that's not gonna work. Hey, Scylla.
Oi, Feyric.
Hey, hello.
Yeah, hey. You okay?
So-
You okay, buddy?
So,
Yeah, yeah. No, things are weird, but you're
quiet morning, huh?
You okay? Sure. Look.
Better now.
This is. You know what this is? You know what this
A
is?
beautiful morning with a beautiful smile.
Okay, you're in shock or something. I don't know how to deal with that. Okay, we gotta find the other people.
Well-
There's bound to be more people awake.
Let's enjoy the silence together. Or make some of our own.
She bolts.
Runs away.
Damn it! And he goes after her.
Karma, you wake up. Is there anyone that sleeps next to you that you'd check if they're not awake, or not really?
Yeah, I share my hut with the other hunters of the Silkhold, and as I wake up, they're not annoying me, and I don't hear any conversation happening, so I just wake up and open what will be the division to their rooms, and I just see that they're all just asleep. And immediately it's like work. He just puts on his armor, puts on his sword, knows exactly what's going on, seen it, hasn't experienced it before, but has heard of it, and he immediately goes out of the hut, try to listen for any noises to see if there's anyone else awakened and who is awakened.
You hear the noises of clink, clank, tink, tonk.
Wait a second.
I try to follow them, follow towards the noise.
Hara slept in a hammock in her workshop, but is running with a handful of trinkets because she went home to see her father for breakfast with her father and sister, and they were still asleep, and she went, can't say the word, but you know the meaning, and she ran to grab a bunch of trinkets to see if she can wake them up using some alarm clock and stuff like that.
Normal. You follow the noise and you reach Hara's family house, not her workshop.
It's a tiny hut with she actually has a bedroom there, but she usually falls asleep in the workshop. It's a cute house.
I go in that direction. I just knock on the door.
At this point, nothing has worked. Hara.
Nothing
Your
has
family is fast asleep.
I hear the knocking and I run to the door. Who's there? And I open up. Karma. Thank you.
No
It's
crossbow
good.
this time. That's good. Looks like there's two of us.
It seems so. My father and sister are sleeping.
Okay. Yeah, none of the other hunters were awakened either. So
Let's go check the downtown center.
As this conversation is happening, Scylla, you're just running away from Varric and you see two people awake. Yes!
I immediately beeline towards them. Oh, Titan's here. It's good. Okay, is it just the four of us?
Four?
There's
Oh.
no one in the center of the town of the hold.
new guys here as well. Hi.
Yo,
And I one of my trinkets, it's a little windmills to give a bit of cold air so you can.
oh, that's good. Thank you,
I'm
Hara.
just turning the crank.
That's the stuff right there. Oh. Can I have one of these for myself?
Sure.
Oh, this is my. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it heavy?
No, it's a small thing.
Oh, that's the. You know the word.
Big, right?
Stuff.
Buddy, you gotta do some cardio, man. You
Want to do a cardio with me?
And I look
you
at
would
Carmel.
die.
I haven't.
You would. She just walks.
I mean, I don't think.
She always gets embarrassed when I'm like this with her.
I don't get it. I mean,
Yeah, I don't get it either.
some wrestling would be good for you.
Yeah, it definitely would. I'm picturing, birthday suit kind of gig. Me and Sila. A little cockroach lubrication. The glow ones, very nice for your skin.
Not just make it harder for to be suplexed or something. That might be quite good.
I mean, I'd be down for anything with her, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think I do.
You will.
Harry's just looking at her trinkets a bit too flushed, like, I don't want to do this.
Definitely getting it, but... Amazing, amazing. The three of you that aren't completely new to the Silkhold and have lived here your entire lives know what the slumber is. But do you
Annoying.
know enough about the slumber and the protocols in place for the slumber? Let us see. I believe there's a role that's proprietary to the Broken Weave called Local Lore. So, would you all do me some local lore rolls to see who knows best about the slumber?
Would I roll with disadvantage?
Yeah.
$16.
I got a 12.
Good.
That's a 13.
Okay.
12.
Oh, okay. Oh, Varric and Scylla in sync. How cute. Great, but it seems like it's Hara that knows the most about this. Although I think
my workshop all the time to gossip, so
the elders go there to ask for like something for their joint pain, and they
Exactly.
tell you about the slumber.
yeah.
Yeah. So Carmine, Ferric, Scylla, you know that the slumber is like almost a rite of passage to become heroes of the Silkhold. You know, it's the effect of the Titan that wanders around that sometimes the entire town, except for a few chosen denizens, fall asleep endlessly. And it's on their shoulders, the few that are still awake, to fix it. That's what you know. You need to fix it. Hara, on the other hand, you know a little bit more about the fixing.
Yes, someone told me when they were young they fixed it
By making a perilous journey into the nautical jungle, deep within it. You have to go past the silk mines that you know very well, that the silk mines are the remnants of the giant cocoon that you harvest to make your clothing, to make your tarps, your tents, etc. That is speculated that the Titan has hatched from it, but no one really knows for sure. Past it to find the roaming Titan, and then you would know what to do, because the elders refused to
tell.
speak too much about the Titan
Probably
in fear
something
of them.
embarrassing. So.
Definitely embarrassing, yeah. They probably didn't speak out just in fear of invoking the Titan, because this safe haven, and you all know this, and each one of you decides how invested into this you are, but they're very superstitious. Your families are superstitious, the elders are superstitious, maybe you yourselves are a tad superstitious, and maybe we can go, just so we give the audience a gauge of who's and who'sn't. How are you, like, Silkhold level superstitious, or just like, these guys don't know what they're talking about?
Nah, she's pretty superstitious. She kind of tries to act like she isn't, and she's above it, but just like late teenage rebellion, she definitely is.
Hara has a very scientific mind, so it needs to make sense, logical sense.
Gotcha.
To
So every time
Sure.
the elders went there and refused to tell you about the Titan, like, these guys,
No,
let me
but
shake them
people
awake.
need to know to help in the next time this happens. But no, they say they can't tell because
How about Carmine?
He was a lot more superstitious, but then through his friendship with Ara, he had a lot of things explained to him, mostly like the origins of his curse, and so he's like, oh, okay, maybe things aren't as everyone keeps saying. So yeah.
Very fair, very fair. Ferric, you're not from around here, so...
Yeah, he was told this by Scylla when they were on different terms, and when she told him, he laughed, and he's like, "Yeah, right, good night story," and he doesn't believe it for 1 second. He is just very happy to have a quiet morning for once, and he never gets to see Scylla in the morning, so that's a plus.
Amazing. Great. So, Hara.
I tell everyone we have to go crack some eggs.
But like the four of us
Yeah,
together,
it seems so.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah. And find the Titan and do whatever we believe we can do. I don't know. People are silly.
Oh, you're talking about the cocoon silk story kind of thing?
That's it. We need to do a perilous trek and all that.
I'm a little bit
This and that.
confused about this whole, like, you find a Titan, you know what to do thing. Is it?
Yes, people are so superstitious. They keep. No, I can't say because.
What do you mean
Yes,
superstitious? What do you mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
What? Like that you...
You won't do anything to call the giant.
Hara, you haven't been in a fight. If you haven't been in a fight, you know, you're in a fight, you know what
No,
to
I'm
do.
from-
It
I'm-
just comes to you, right?
I don't need violence. I'm very
No,
squishy.
look,
you know?
okay, I'm not
wear
saying
glasses,
fights are the only time when you know what to do. I'm just saying they're the only time I know what to do. But
I wouldn't say
Yeah,
the
if-
only time.
And believing in Titan stuff helped you fighting? Actually?
I mean, if I'm fighting any kind of monster, that informs me on how I fight it. So maybe it's the same for the Titans. I don't see why
You gain
not.
Experience. Nice. It's experience.
What do you mean?
And you
I mean, it's a gruesome experience. You're right. But
So this conversation
Here,
is.
look. Just she just throws some salt in your shoulders. Okay, hold him just for 2 breaths. Shake him off. Okay, you good?
Okay. Well, if it
Barrett,
makes-
come here.
If it makes you
Yep.
feel good, it's
What's
fine.
up?
She just
Does the
starts
same.
putting salt on all your shoulders.
Scylla, no one seems to be too worried about this, and about specifically Ara just chatting about the Titan nonchalantly. You can't talk about the Titan like that. It will call it. It will call. You're getting your nerves on edge. This is. Please stop talking about the Titan.
Okay, she's betting that the salt is gonna help cover them, like from the Titan's hearing, because everyone knows. Talk about it. Titan's hearing are magnetic. Salt's gonna. It's Tara told me this, right? She doesn't remember that. I mean, told me about salt, and then I made it all. Okay, but maybe we should go and do the action thing now, and maybe shush a little. Yeah,
I'll try.
yeah.
Let's see.
'Cause I don't know. It works great for me when I just go and do.
Go and
Right,
I,
so maybe
I
we
go and
go
build
and-
usually. So
That's the kind of that's not my kind of doing, and maybe you should try hitting something. Sometimes it's really good for you. Anyway,
or to read. Yeah.
As Scylla pushes a less talky, more walkie narrative.
We're walking and talking.
Sure. Y'all are experienced survivors in not only the Silkhold, but the Broken Reef in general. So you know, like, you are grown-ups, you have survived this far, so it means that you have some survival skills. You have some skills of your own. And you know that you can't go anywhere without preparing, right? That's the first step of the journey. In Broken Reef, we have a journey system that every time you travel, you should prepare and set up in 3 steps. You prepare, you execute, and you arrive. And for that, we're not going to go in too deep into the mechanics. If you're curious, you can get the book and study it, but we'll do an abridged version. And for that, I'll need the composition of a journey party, which is composed of a leader, an outrider, a quartermaster, and a sentry. Sentry being obviously the person that is responsible for keeping an eye out, making sure nothing happens during slow walks or encampments. We have the leader, which is supposed to make the final call on things, raise the spirits of the party, make sure that morale is up. We have the outrider, which is basically the scout, goes out, makes sure that every path that you want to travel through is safe, make sure that there's no enemies up ahead, stuff like that. And the quartermaster obviously takes care of keeping everyone healthy, food-wise, water-wise, medicine-wise, whatever it is. In this composition, who is whomst?
So, I'm the leader. So,
I'm small and extra, so I can stealthily go check stuff out. So I'm gonna be the scout.
Outrider?
Yeah, I'll try.
Scylla, any preference?
I'm really not great at taking care of people. I'm at least in the sense of like feeding and stuff, because I'm just gonna feed them eggs. Just eggs all the time. So maybe you can take quartermaster and
You're sentry.
I'm sentry.
I'll take
Quartermaster. Okay.
Also,
Cool.
I have a wagon. I don't know if that
You
helps
have
us.
a wagon?
Yeah, it's
Great to
from my
know.
background. I have a wagon. I don't know if
Yes.
it's gonna
I
help
will
us
love
move.
to see how a wagon works in the jungle. It's going to be amazing. Let's go. Let's do it.
It's driven by a really big beetle.
That's even more brilliant.
I was gonna ask if we should discuss this because the wheels might get trapped with the silk, but she has a beetle, you know. It's fine.
No,
When in
probably
doubt,
have
beetle.
a drink is for that.
Oh, that. Great. So we have our fearless party composed of Fairik, the leader, Carmyle, the quartermaster, Hara, the outrider, and Scylla, the sentry. Great. So how this works is we'll each go and narrate a little scene of how you prepare. And then we make a roll for it and see how well you do. I'll say that this journey is short and easy. There's documentation about where the cocoon is, and then it's just a matter of like when you reach around there, try and find the markings of the Titan and track it. But the journey is to the silk farm, right? You know where it is, well documented. There's a way marker there, something to keep the decay at bay. So I'll say the DC for this journey is probably 12, which means that as you choose your actions and your rolls, we need to beat that 12, and we'll sum by how much we beat it. And if you reach 10 total party composition, it means that we'll have a safe journey, and then we move on to narrating what happens throughout the journey. Who wants to start with a preparation task that they have in mind already?
I can go. Carmyle is, as the journey's beginning, he's grabbing a bunch of herbs and using just bits of silk, bits of hide. He's going to use his herbalist tools to start manufacturing some, anticipating some people getting injured. He's just going to fashion like bandages and all that sort of stuff, just in case anyone gets hurt.
Sounds perfect. Give me a herbalism tool check.
Great. That'll be an 18.
18. Perfect. Oh, and depending on by how much you beat the journey, it means that maybe nice things happen along the way.
Am I using any ability for that?
Should have like a number for herbalism kit.
Well, I just have a proficiency for. I think it's wisdom medicine.
How do you go about preparing your your bandages in a wise fashion, or in a smart fashion?
I think it would be a wise fashion because that's sort of like the way that he would know. I think.
Great. Then add up.
So that would be 19. Then.
19 total. Okay. That means that's already a 7 out of 10 in the progress track for this journey. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Scylla's really worked up about this, not just because of the situation and not because of how scary it is due to all the superstitions, but mostly because she really, really wants to prove herself. She really wants everything to go well so that people actually believe that she can do the thing and be the warrior that she knows she is. So she realizes that she's really being a little too stressed about it, so she's going to do some breathing exercises that she learned from Fairik, so that she can maybe be a little more in tune with her surroundings, a little more focused, and I'm going to try and keep my eyes and ears really wide open for whatever comes for us at the road. So I want to like focus my instincts and focus my hearing.
Great. How are we going to do this in terms of stats?
In terms of stats, I'd love to roll perception, wisdom, something like that.
Okay. So, as Scylla sits down, probably painfully thinking about what Fairik thought there, is like, okay, fine, I'll do what you told me. And you center yourself and you start breathing out. The nature around you, the deafening silence of this once lively Silkhold, now gone mute. You start picking up things that you didn't pick up before. The sounds of the watery vines brushing against each other. Sounds of minute bugs walking around the dirt around you. It relaxes you, makes you feel in tune with nature, ready for anything thrown at you. Or so you hope so.
I hope so.
Go for it. Roll.
Well, that's not very that's not a very hopeful situation.
12 is not.
Scylla rolled a natural one.
Yikes. If only that was a thing that we could do to make you
Sure
reroll,
hope
maybe.
something happens.
How hopeful are you, Scylla?
I'm pretty hopeful, but maybe all this breathing stuff Eric told me about is.
Wait.
Okay.
Can I show up and tell her how to do the exercises?
Hell
properly?
yes.
Ferric is totally different from when he was trying to like awe you, and he's like, he sees you struggling. He tries to put his hand on top of yours, and then if you allow it, he leads your hand to your chest and goes like this. Try it. You kind of do it with your eyes closed, and when you kind of open them up and come again,
You're
he's
asking
not
for a
there.
little too much.
He's not there anymore. He leaves you to do your thing.
You feel the light weight of Ferric's hand on yours as you breathe in, breathe out. That lightness disappears. Remember the brushing vines that you were hearing? It's not about the brushing of the vines. It's about the flow of water within them, and you can feel it. It's not about the crawling of the bugs around you. It's about the forest itself coming to life inside you and around you. You are still. You are calm. Roll again.
I mean, you can't do worse, so there is that.
Yeah, it's quite better. It's a 13.
There you go. Okay. Hara, Ferric, your preparations.
I can go. I go up to Carmel and look at you and your armor and ask if you had to put a number on how good your armor is. What number would you say it is?
I mean, I'm feeling like a solid 15.
Solid 15. Okay. So can I take it for
Sure.
a while?
Yeah.
When Harry's unsure, she builds. So she's gonna take your armor and use her ability as an artificer, her maker's kit, and takes an hour to build up your armor a bit. So you're gonna have a +3 to your armor class.
+3?
And every time you take damage, those 3 is gonna decrease. So first time you take damage, it becomes +2. But she puts some patches on your bits of metal and leather and sticks it to your armor, so it's a bit reinforced.
That's
So
amazing. It's a little bit heavier, but I think I can get used to it.
yeah, you can hold it.
Think-
It's maybe as heavy as me, but you can pick me up. So you can use your armor.
Why would I?
I'm small. So can I use my creator bonus for this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
It's a total of 10.
Okay.
It could be worse.
Interesting. Yeah, Karma. You're sitting there, and Hara's going to town on your armor, just building it up. He's like, oh, this feels sturdy. The moment you stand up, it all jiggles a little bit. It's like, this is not gonna hold. Nice touch, but nah. The moment you get struck, it's gonna just fall away. Ferric.
Ferric, after doing the breathing exercises, kind of retreats a little bit and does some of his own. He puts his face on and just waits on top of a crate by the beetle and waits for all of them to meet for us to finally leave. And with a small grin starts somewhat of a speech. We're not using the campcrafts in this session, but the feature is called a natural storyteller. So I would like to use that in whatever way you see fit to do a little speech. And I start with, well, friends, I can say the silk mines welcomed us with open arms whenever we went there and whenever we got whatever silk we needed. Unless you count the webs we got tangled in. But think about it. Beneath all the darkness, the danger, the giant glow roaches, we found strength we didn't know we had. We cut through webs, fought side by side, and came out more thicker than the silk strands that we harvest. We left with bonds stronger than any strand in that cursed place, and we will come out of there in one piece. To braving the silk mines into whatever mad place that superstitious mumbo jumbo leads on next. We ride!
Woo! Yeah, that's great. I don't know how the feature was supposed to work, but I think this is just like a straight up charisma.
Yeah, it's a Bond campcraft, so I thought
Sure.
it was filling.
Absolutely, yeah.
Can
Amazing.
I do, I don't know, was it a charisma? Did
You
say?
tell me, what do you feel is fit?
I'm gonna say persuasion.
Then go for it with advantage, because I think that was
Thank you.
amazing.
20.
20.
Not natural, with 20.
And with that, after Hara's poor display of craftsmanship, the rousing...
I was in a hurry, okay?
You were in a hurry, to be fair. Ferric was like already next to the card, like, guys, I want to make my speech. Please hurry up.
I was waiting for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, everyone doing like long
I had to take
preparations.
a pee.
But with Ferric's like rousing speech, you do get enough preparation ready to safely complete the journey. So, this part now is where you set out. The silence once more is too much to bear. This happens once every 2-3 generations. So you heard stories, you know how it is in texts, in oral lore, but truth is, living through it, feeling it in your skin, in your heart, it's tough. Used to the liveliness, used to kitchen banter, used to the cling-clang of Hara's workshop, used to the elders complaining all the time, going there about their joints and about their ailments, and please craft me something. The kids, Scylla. Think of the kids. But I think this gives you more energy to press forward, to venture beyond where you usually venture, unless you need to go to farm silk, which is not that common. The forest starts welcoming. The carriage, the whatever you called it, the beetle-powered means of transportation starts off pretty useful, but soon enough, the speed of travel halts to almost walk-like. The jungle gets denser. The vines tangle around the wheels, tangle around your limbs, the beetles' horns, stuff like that. And this is probably fine when you know that you have the Silkhold and the safe haven to go back to when you venture out for hunting or for anything else. But now you know you need to press forward. And there's no way to know if you're making it back. There's no way to know if you have what it takes to save the Silkhold. But you press forward. And as the aquatic vegetation thickens, the moisture in the air intensifies to near unbearable levels, honestly. You reach a clearing atop a hill. You don't know how long this has been here. It looks human-made, or at least like has been in the past, but the clearing is very well limited. Like, you know, this is signs of being untouched for years, but something, some force, for the best, for the worst, is keeping it clear. And in front of you, the sight of a lifetime. Below, down the hill, the jungle stretches for miles and miles and miles, beautifully glinting in the sunlight of this morning. There's something magical about this place. And hopefully, just hopefully, fills your hearts with enough power, with enough drive, with enough tenacity to see this through. This is your home, goddammit. You will fight for it. Even if it means slaying a titan, something that no one, almost no one, has ever done. But hopefully, it will not come to that. In the distance, sentry, do you want to check what's going on in the distance? See if you can find a way towards the silk farm? Maybe with some perception?
Definitely. Feels better. Really rolling low today. It's the 10.
A 10, okay. Fair enough. 10 is definitely enough because you rolled so well in the preparation. Well, Ferric rolled so well in the preparation.
It's an 11, actually. Sorry, 11. It's an 11.
Even better, look at that. You clearly see in the distance, past these miles and miles of jungle, there is a depression in the terrain. And you see there's like covered, like the trees are sloping down and covered in this material, weird like silky white material that is clinging to that portion of the jungle. And you know that to be the silk farm. So you're like on the right track. You just need to go down this hill through some more like hours down the jungle, and you'll reach the place where the Titan, as legend has it, has been born.
I'm pulling on Hara's goggles so she can see it too. Look, right there. You see it, right?
They have magnifying glasses, so yeah, I can see.
Yeah, that's where we're
Right
going.
there.
You scared?
Where are you? I'm scared. No.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I start doing imitating your moves so strong, but not.
You feel it? You feel it? Doesn't that feel great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We can do it.
Let's go.
Amazing. As Zilla identifies where you need to go to next, you feel like this is probably going to be the last bit of rest that you get in quite some time. So if there's a moment you need to breathe, if there's something you need to get off your chest, if there's something you need to tell each other, maybe now is the time. Perhaps preparing for whatever comes ahead, perhaps apologizing for something, I don't know. It's up to you.
So what is going on between the two of you?
I'm glad you asked. What is going on between the two of us?
What? You mean like the thing where we both stayed awake, right? That's what you mean, right?
I mean, that would be between all four of us, but I
I'm not into that group thing.
What you guys want to eat? We should eat, right?
Well, you're a snack.
You just
You know, I don't know how-
Drop to the floor because Harry's like, I don't want to be here.
Okay, yeah, the Ferric, how you doing, buddy?
So
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but she actually saved me and brought me to Silkhold. And then we had an amazing month. Oh, the wrestling. You should have seen it. It was glorious.
can I inside check that?
Absolutely.
I'm so glad I'm wasting a natural 20 on that.
I'm not even gonna roll deception. He's being honest.
Yeah?
He's being
Yeah,
thoroughly honest.
It's true.
As you listen to Ferric's words, you know, as a fact, there's no hint of deception in his voice. There's nothing that could be interpreted as like, actually it was not really like that, but kind of like that. No, it's like retelling a story without missing a beat. It must be true, Carmyle.
And also, how long you been in Silkhold? Few months?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say like a few months to a year.
You've seen Scylla have other, like, flings before. And she wasn't as skittish and running around as this. She wasn't as... Yeah.
Good for you, kid.
Thanks, buddy.
And Harry's like, nice beetle, nice beetle. What's the name of the beetle?
Ringo.
Ringo. Nice Ringo. She's not into this gossip kind of stuff.
Sure.
Even though people gossip around her, but she's not
This is too
very-
much.
No, it's too much. Yeah. It's not logical, so I can't really figure it out.
Look, guys, it's not gonna be a problem, okay? Like, right? It's not gonna be a thing.
Look, Scylla, I've spun tales of heroes and legends, but I mean, girl, tonight you steal the whole plot.
You're so much better when you're talking to anyone else, like just any. You talk better when you talk to rocks. I straight up seen you talk to rocks, and it was better.
I mean, they listen better than most people.
Ouch. Okay.
I mean,
You're
at
not-
least they want to
you're
be
not
around
wrong.
me.
You're not wrong.
And I think it's at this point, as this conversation is wrapping up, that you hear some rustling from behind you. Probably sentry, high on alert, or maybe not after this conversation.
Ferric becomes very scared. Not my problem. Who's the guy that takes care of these problems?
I'm just a little leader. Don't.
Take care of that now, please.
Like, she's definitely on
My
it.
crossbow.
Also, I do have a, like, 14 passive perception. Just in
Okay,
case.
yeah, no, you, as you're saying this, yeah, you're right. Rocks do listen better. Immediately your hearing picks up on, like, the rustling of the vines behind you and, like, snap into attention. And stumbling through the vines comes a humanoid figure, very much with traits similar to Karma. You see the deep purplish skin, the retort horns atop his head. Definitely an oldened individual, walking on a cane, bursts through the clearing, stops as soon as he sees the lot of you. Carmel, I think you specifically would notice that tough. It's like but a wisp of his former self. On a scale of like 1 to 10, you would say 9. His horns blink in and out of existence. His face, like as he moves around too quickly and darts his eyes around the rest of you, you see that his face like almost disappears for a fraction of a second and reappears.
Is he in front of me? Is he in front of me? Is he going to the issue?
Not yet. Well,
Yeah?
I think I'm in front of you, but not going.
Okay.
Still.
So, while still very clearly behind you, like a step, I'm gonna say in the most stern voice that I've got. Easy there, old timer. No need to come any closer.
And Harry moves close to Carmyle, puts a hand on his arm, 'cause she knows what's going on.
Of course. Don't mind me, younglings. I'm just a poor old man that has come here to die in peace.
Is he coming towards us, or is he
No,
still?
he's now slowly starting to make the trek to you, but it's like a couple of meters, like 5-6 meters, but he's so slow. So, yeah.
I start moving. I start moving towards him,
Mhm.
and I go, "What's your name?"
My name. I forget. It has been too long, young one. It has been too long.
Is that bad?
Huh?
Do you remember where you hail from? Where you come from?
There was my community, but then disaster hit us. That artifact, I shouldn't have touched it. And the Titan, it did this to me. And you feel like every single one of you senses the air thicken with decay.
Ferric is almost hyperventilating at this point, seeing what's happening and recognizing what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Please, just let me go. And he starts like attempting to push you aside, but to no avail, obviously.
I look back to the three of them, sort of asking what you want to do.
I'll mouth as much as I can. Kill him. And Ferric is saying this with, he's not scared. He's literally almost fully hyperventilating, and he's having trouble controlling his breath. So he's saying that with a lot of effort. Kill him now.
As he tries to pass by, Carmyle sort of like puts his hand behind him, sort of like to let him pass. And there is a hunting knife that he has on the back of his belt. And as the individual's passing by, there's just a slit of the neck.
And it's such a weird sensation, Carmyle. It's almost as if you're slicing at air. Slightly thicker, gaseous air. And you find perch in your knife. You find it sinking into something, but it's so delicate and so not dense. Sickening sensation comes over you. But you see as the old man falls to his knees, puts a hand on your chest. That will do. Thank you, my child. And you see the rest of his form, his corpus, like living form, just vanish in front of you. It evaporates into smoke first, and then into nothingness.
There's just, Carmel's just looking to the place where that individual disappeared, and there is just a realization that comes with the job that he has, but a very deep realization that is what awaits him at some point, and he's just looking.
Harry goes up to Carmyle and gives him a hug. No, he's better now.
Ferric goes
He's
to
better now.
hurl somewhere. He's just going to vomit whatever the quartermaster gave him. He's out of it, and he's holding to his sword very, very tightly while he does it.
Mm-hmm.
Scylla just gonna kneel by the place where he was gone and take a little pouch out of her, where she has seeds from her kin tree. So in Silkhold, everyone has a tree that they plant when they're very, very young and that they have to tend to it. So one of the superstitions is if you carry around seeds from your tree, you can ease the passing of those who finally go. And so,
and as you do that and respect the memory of this stranger that stumbled upon you, this unforgiving land, the effects of his passing takes a hold onto you. I need everyone to make a decay saving throw.
Everyone has a +4 because of my talent, Beacon.
So
Also,
talented.
is everyone within 30 feet of me, would you say?
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone will get a +3 to the DK saving throw then.
Sure. So please, everyone, go ahead and succeed on your decay saving throws. Three.
23.
23.
21.
21.
20.
20.
13.
Nice. Yes. The effect wasn't as brutal as effects of decay that you've felt in the past. It was really, really a individual that had it under control, all things considered. Maybe because he was a forgotten, like Carmyle. Because you know that for other species, things don't go as easy as evaporate into a thin mist and then disappear. You know, Scylla, that in your future, if things go wrong, there is a mindless, brain-eating beast awaiting within you. Hara, Varric, you know that if things go wrong, there is a violent, gelatinous creature inside you, ready to strike whenever. Hopefully, and thankfully not now, the progress has not moved. You continue with the same level of decay. And now,
Scylla starts puffing away on her empty pipe. She's trying to not think that the fumes come from her.
and now it's time to find the Titan, isn't it?
Shh! Don't say that!
Do we have to?
No, thank you everyone for coming. This is the end of the
How about a shopping episode?
Great, okay. I assume you continue then, after this sad display of what decay can do, towards the downhill of this place where you were sitting for a while, and continue through, and I'm just going to say, for time's sake, that the rest of the journey goes uneventful. The journey is perilous, you go very slow. Ringo the beetle is struggling. You need to compensate him heavily after you come back, if you come back. But you do reach the outskirts of the silk mines. And now that you're here up close, from up there, it felt like, yeah, there's a little round thing there, that must be it. But now that you're here, this is enormous. Whatever hatched from this must be huge. It's also very magical in a sense, obviously not literally, because there's no magic, as the light reflecting upon this substance gives for a almost foggy appearance to everything around you. You're like on the edge of the jungle, and in front of you is just a sea of white and fog, basically. But you know, you pass your hand through the fog, and it doesn't disperse or anything. It isn't fog. It's just reflection of the light on this material. But in front of you, there's nothing. It's just a bunch of silk. No creatures, no animals, none other than the normal that you would expect wildlife from the jungle. How the heck are you gonna try and find the Titan?
Looking around the cocoon, do we find does Carmyle specifically can find any sort of traces, like broken branches or anything that can indicate that something massive passed by recently-ish?
Yeah, let's try and do survival here. Probably.
I'll help him.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
ask for whatever he's looking for and try to find it as well.
Cool.
That's an 8.
Wait. Before you
Before I
finish
say what it was.
I'm gonna go like, yeah. I try to recite the story of the Titan, the superstition, and I go like, yeah, but we probably got this. We can, I don't know, burn it. I mean, it's made of silk probably, and it just burn.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Yeah, most likely. And I'll inspire him, which gives him a 1d6 for his roll.
So that's a 12.
12. How hopeful are you feeling, Carmyle?
I mean, I have the help from Varric. I'm feeling pretty hopeful that this will work at some point
And
in the next 20 seconds.
even though you're feeling very hopeful, it seems like you're not quite there. a sudden burst of nostalgia for home, for where you just came from what you now call home, strikes. And you look around frantically, and it's silky smooth. There's no tracks, there's no trails. Stop it.
Silky smooth, he says. I mean, the clouds part, you can see better now.
There's no tracks, nothing, but there must be. The survival of the Silkhold depends on you finding your way to this titan. And you push through. Is it just hope? Is it something more? Is it belief in something greater? Surely not. The gods are dead. Let's see. Can hope pull you through?
Natural 20.
There we go.
See, I told you, when you get there, you know. You just know, right?
I mean, that is true. I did get here, and I know what we need to do.
Which
Just
is?
like everyone have always said, you just know.
Carmyle, with a natural 20 for a grand total of, I believe,
21.
What? 21 plus the 3 from inspiration, because it still applies to roll.
24.
24. There is no tracks that say there's a titan has passed through here. Whatever it is, whatever the titan is, it's very gracious in the way he walks through this forest, leaving no damage. But you do see some remnants of is it maybe spore dust? Something fungal in nature, that as soon as you approach it and start inspecting it, drowsiness hits you. But not too strong, just like, ooh, maybe I can fall asleep now. But no, your senses are super sharp. And you know that this has been transported here via some creature. Small, well, not too small, maybe like humanoid sized, but definitely not a titan. Must be connected to something called the slumber, right? But what kind of creature would disseminate spores like this throughout a nautical forest like this one? Maybe you can share with your teammates, and someone can do a nature lore.
Yes. All this time, Harry's looking at the bits of eggs and the silk and then analyzing it with her magnifying glasses. And she's trying to understand something about this creature that she's never seen, but she's heard about. So
Carmel, I assume, points
Yeah,
out.
I share the information with everyone. Say, don't come too close, but yeah.
And Harry goes, her singing, tanking, so she goes, and let's see how well it goes. So,
I saw the roll.
18
Big.
plus 5, so 23.
23. Yes, you've studied the fauna and flora of the jungle surrounding Silkhold quite extensively. It helps you in your studies. You're just curious about it.
If I know how it works, I know how to replicate.
Exactly, yeah. Like, what is engineering if not making nature again?
Exactly.
Great. You know that there's a specific creature in the jungle that is native to it. It's normally vegetarian. It doesn't attack people or anything, but they're very, very big. They are these prawn-like creatures that walk on 4 legs that have a very, very big appetite for fungi. Anything mushroom, spory, I don't know, something on their digestive tract just really likes it. You don't know if it helps. You probably
It's
know,
tasty.
actually, with a 23, that it helps them digest their thicker fiber. So they eat a lot of these thick plants. They're very nutritious and very high in water content, but not necessarily easy to digest. And then they go for these spores or fungi to make sure that they can actually digest them.
Yes.
But usually they don't waste this much. And now that you know you're looking for these creatures, you see the signs that they've been through here. Because you were looking for something massive, right, Carmyle? But now you're looking for something much smaller. All right, and you can together point out, these creatures must be these tracks, right?
Yes.
And there's so many of them.
A lot of them.
So many of them.
So we're gonna go to find the prawn guys that like fun guy. Yeah.
Eric is just
Follow the fun guy.
looking confused at this point. So there's the fun guy, and there's a not fun guy,
A prawn guy.
a prawn guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carmel is used to my
You
bad jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
You sort of get used to it. You just have to just go along with it. It's fine.
She's
Okay,
like,
got it.
huh? Right?
Just blank face on Carmel.
So smash the prawns. Smash the fun guys too?
Fun guy, smash the prawn guy.
Okay, smash the prawn guy. Don't touch the spores.
Preferably not.
Oh, all right, got it. Smash, don't. Got it.
How many,
Let's go.
like, the tracks show us the size of this horde that just went through here, or?
Yeah, I think with the combined rolls that you just did, it's probably you can gauge that there's about a 20 strong pack of these prawn guys.
All right.
Now I'm saying it.
And he did share with us that whatever Titan this was is walks in a very light-footed way, right?
Definitely. There's like, you see the track of the prawn guys clearly, but like, you try to look for something massive,
Right.
and there isn't there.
I mean, this is a cocoon, so Ferric would have heard stories about butterflies once. So can I see if I can try and find any, just while we were talking about the Titan, he got stuck on that. Can I see if I can try and find any traces of it being a flying creature? A huge butterfly of some sort, or
Yeah,
something with wings.
Make me a survival check, I guess.
Not well. 18.
18. Yeah, you finally think about looking up. And lo and behold, up there, broken branches, many of them.
Yeah.
It all indicates that it is a low flight creature. So it doesn't soar high up, but it does
Good.
graze the top of the trees, probably.
Okay. Is there any indication of direction?
Yeah, same direction where the prawn guys are going.
Okay. I point this out to the rest of the party, and I go like,
Harry goes, cool.
I don't know if that's cool. I would go with terrifying.
Finally cool.
You got a deal,
Okay.
buddy. Shall we?
Yeah. Why don't one of us goes at the front? And
That's an excellent
Yeah.
idea. I mean, as ideas go, that's one of the best.
I'm really glad. Yeah.
You're probably the smartest one here, by the way.
I
And
seriously hope not. And
So it
I'll-
just grabs her shield. And
yeah, big people in
Yeah.
the front, half things in the back.
Can I go in the middle?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So where are you going in the back, Silva? Or in the front?
Nah,
I mean, I don't care.
I'm leading. Yeah, I'm
Rear?
leading. I'm leading with the shield. I'm leading. I'm just
Oh,
going.
okay. Yeah, me too. Right beside you. And I stay behind her.
A bit behind because she walks a bit faster.
I believe that.
Great. You press on forwards, following the tracks from these weird prawn creatures that feed on fungi. Always keeping an eye out also on the top layer of the wildlife here, which I call them trees. I don't know if trees is the right word. They're very aquatic in nature, very translucent, transparent, very eerie for sure, very unnatural. But the branches are broken, and almost at points it seems like it's raining, because the creature where it's broken the branches of this vegetation, the sap within it is pouring, and it is basically water. And you know that in the Silkhold, your main source of fresh water is just cutting open these plants and drinking it, basically. But you press forward, and before you see anything, you start feeling a rhythmic thrum around you. Like,
Oh boy.
You guys feel that?
Oh, I hear that.
You feel that?
Sounds like dislocation of air by something massive.
and you press on.
Does it seem like it's coming from a certain direction, or is it like the ground is moving?
Yeah, you think it's a combination of like whatever's causing this is making the ground reverberate and the forest as well, right? So it's so massive that even being far away that you can't see it yet, it's causing this effect.
Is it causing wind as well? So I'm just trying to gauge a sense of direction, which I think is what he was trying to do as well.
Not as much, but yes, you can feel a little draft, whatever goes through the vines and tangly mess of this jungle.
Right.
You can definitely follow the current for sure.
Oh boy, it's definitely that way.
Yeah, and as you press on towards this massive creature, not scared at all, right, guys?
Never.
No, it's fine. It's going
Definitely
to be fine.
throwing salt all the way there.
Ferric is taking the salt. Is it like this? Do you rub it or do you just?
No,
let
no,
it out?
you got 2 breaths,
Okay.
and then you shake it off.
Okay. So, but I leave
No,
it
you
there.
shake it.
No,
You
but
don't touch it.
Okay.
You don't touch it.
Okay.
Okay,
Can you put it on then,
sure.
gently?
Are you taking this seriously? Because if you don't take it,
I'm so serious right
this-
now.
okay, 2. Sorry, she just puts the salt on you. 2 breaths, shake it. They can't listen to you now.
They can't do anything to me now.
No, they can do anything. To you.
Oh, okay.
It's just- they won't listen to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
But-
It's just.
So they won't listen to me. I kind of.
You shut up.
Well,
I
what?
somehow
That's-
kind of.
That's the way it goes. The salt
Yeah.
shakes up the magnets. I don't know. That's just what they told me.
No, I
okay?
mean, if you say it works, it probably works. You know, I mean, we're gonna
Works.
try it.
Look, that nothing happened so far, right?
We
They're
can go-
not
I mean,
listening
we
to
can
us.
go
In my
back
head.
right now, guys. I mean, they're all asleep. What are they gonna do?
Not wake
Not
up.
our
Yeah.
guys.
Are they
Like,
gonna blame us?
Harry is very sad. It's very sad.
I was trying to
I can't work
motivate
with
you,
this.
and I like your resolve. Let's press on, team. And he walks the other way. It's this way, right?
No, Ferric, it's
Oh.
through here.
All right.
the branches that. Yeah,
Big
just,
scary sound.
Lead the way.
Carmel, while this conversation's happening, you feel almost as the sun is blotted out for a moment. And while they're arguing and fighting amongst each other, you look up in time to see a dreadful visage. A massive, gargantuan creature slowly soars above you, so slow for its size. It is so big that it probably doesn't even register you as things. Its body covered in chitinous covers, orangey-like, very crustacean. A tail that slowly bobs up and down with the drift of the wind. 2 massive moth wings atop its back. And in front, 2 pincers ready to strike. Very calm, serene, unthreatening, if it wasn't for its massive size and looming above you. What do you do?
I immediately sort of grab onto Ferric before he gets too far away, cover his mouth, and I look at the other 2, and I just thought, nobody move.
And
I'm holding the crossbow.
almost on cue with that sentence, from the treetops, you see jumping prawn-like creatures trying to land on this titan's back. And now, Hara, you realize why. Whatever's happening, the thicker air that you were feeling is being released from the titan. There's some kind of fungal infection growing on its back. There's like a patch where the crustacean carapace is not as thick. It has a different hue to its coloration, and it's slowly oozing and leaking something that transforms into dust, into that same dust that you found at the silk farm. Whatever happened to the Silkhold, your safe haven, is just a fungal infection that needs to be cured. That's leaking from a titan's back. These prawn-like creatures just try to jump and hold on to them. Some of them slide off, fall on top of the trees. They seem to be fine. They don't worry about it. And they don't seem to be paying any attention to you for now.
For now.
What is the plan, guys?
So the big guy is sick. We need to make him better.
So,
What now? Make what?
Antifungal medication. Did anyone bring that?
Anti-fun?
Anti-fungi. Like the opposite of a fungi.
Man, you're anti-fun. I don't get anything.
so can
Wait.
you make something for it then?
With time. And I have a herbalist kit.
Mhm.
And I start looking through my herbs, trying to make something that could help with
Absolutely, yeah. You need a
And-
lot of it. It's big.
that. So probably we'll need more of this.
Well,
But
if this creature is as big as it is, and it's going to take time, and we don't know if during the slumber our people are going to starve or get dehydrated or worse, talk in their sleep, what if we help the prawns? They can eat it off of its back. We just have to kill that giant thing first.
Would it help you to have a bit of it or something?
probably, if I can analyze it, it's easier to make a.
Oh,
We
boy.
don't
Solution.
necessarily need to kill it. We just need to bring it down.
Can bring it down.
And
I-
then the
with time, I
prawn
could build a
creatures.
catapult and we'll catapult it there, but I didn't bring my big,
Ah,
big machines and stuff.
I will
bullets.
note that I did mention it is a low flight creature, and that's why it's blotted out the sun so massively, because it's like right above you. You could, like, in theory, climb to the treetop line and then try and do what the prawns are doing, which is jumping on its back, if you would be so inclined. Up to you.
That doesn't sound like it can go wrong in any way, shape, or form.
Surely not.
Not at all.
Actually, climbing those trees sounds like the first thing I feel actually good at doing. Can I go?
I mean, I feel like we should all try at least, so that we're not entirely separated or something.
So the big guys help the tiny guys up.
You can probably come on, like,
Yeah, sure.
climb on my back or something. I think you can. I can.
I can
Yeah.
probably bring it down in one fell swoop.
Really?
Yeah, I just need one of you to help me aim, and I can do it. And I take out this little bow. It's a bow for a halfling, but I'm the size of an elf. So I can do this, guys.
Are you
Are you
sure?
Scylla just lifts up Hara's arm with her crossbow.
It autoloads.
I mean, I've never tried it.
Maybe we should let her. I saw her firing
No,
that
trust
at
me.
Cormier before.
It should be me. Trust me. I know a thing or two about bows.
She's
And
just
I
looking in her
shoot-
back for a
shoot
hatchet to
bolt at
try
your
and throw
feet,
right now.
next to your feet. Yeah. You want to try?
I mean, whoa, okay, no, I can't use this, no. Thank you. But I take my small bow.
It's fine.
Can you help me with the aim, with the wind? It's just the wind thing, I do the rest.
Oh yeah, sure.
Alrighty. Is it in short bow range?
Probably not.
All right, but if I climb to one of the trees, maybe?
Absolutely, yes.
Apparently, I have to climb one of these trees to get a better
jump on my
angle.
back.
I'll
It's
take
fine.
you. I'll take.
All right. You'll no,
Climb on
dude,
my.
dude, just get off me, man. I don't need your help. You were saying?
You just asked.
I'll take you. Climb on my back already.
All right. You're so strong.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you do.
What does?
And he's right in your ear, too. I will say this. You probably feel the beating of his heart as he climbs on your back. And it's very off-putting because it's very, very strong. That's not what I said.
She doesn't notice the difference from any other time that she's been near you.
Yeah, you wouldn't notice it from any other time. But it is very, I mean, if you're not used to it, it's very off-putting because it's so strong. It's very strong. His heart is very big.
I noticed before.
Yeah, he did.
Would you like to attempt climbing
Yes, I
or
would.
focus on the heart? at this point?
Definitely climbing.
She can be focused on two things.
No, she probably can't. God. Is that God?
Is it what though?
Okay, that's. Are we doing athletics?
Yes.
So that's a 21.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Finally, something I can handle.
You can handle me.
Ease, you start grabbing onto these vines, and they kind of squeeze a little bit, and the sap kind of bulges on either end of where you grab. But you've done this countless times. You know this. You know these plants. So you get to the top of the tree line. Ferric, you're still on Scylla's back, but you're now on top of the tree line.
Yeah, I'm going to use her massive, muscular shoulder to help me aim the bow. And I'm going to do a called shot at its head.
At the Titan's head.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay.
It's a big, it's big enough to hit.
Uh-huh.
Can I roll?
Absolutely.
Can it be with advantage? Because I'm using her as a...
Yes, but a called shot is always rolled at disadvantage, so you roll flat.
I'm feeling so desperate. Actually, I forgot we could use hope to do an automatic success as well, right?
Yes.
I totally forgot that. Well, it's fine. But I'm feeling very hopeless right now. And I tell her this. I'm going to go, I'm aiming, and I'm so not hopeful right now. Just, I can hear the voices of the people back home calling my name and telling me to have hope.
I need a little bit of hope. Would we just make that a auto hit? I think that's fine.
Is it fine? I mean,
Absolutely, yeah.
then that's an automatic hit.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
Scylla just, she puts her arm around you and says, Rune.
Oh, hell yeah.
Rune, you got this.
As the arrow flies through the air, it starts spinning, and it gets faster and faster, even though it shouldn't. Magic is gone, but maybe not at this moment, because it keeps spinning and it hits this massive Titan's head. And as a whisperer, when I do a called shot on a head, if it hits, give me 1 second because I want to read it properly, using out cold, if you make a successful called shot to the head against a creature, you can choose to deal no damage and silently knock them unconscious.
Amazing.
So the arrow just starts spinning, hits the massive creature's head, and it hits it just in the right way, and her neck goes, and it starts falling slowly because of how massive it is, but it starts plummeting to the ground.
Ooh, okay. So, Ferric, as you aim and you feel the call of your home, not the Silkhold, your
Yes.
destroyed, broken home,
Yes.
the one that almost had you give up on hope entirely, but not today. Today you found a new home, you're happy, Scylla is carrying you, aiming your shot. This is what hope feels like. And just like that, your arrow flies through the air, above the tree line, towards this massive creature's head. And some safe havens, you know this by trade with others, have healing sciences that rely on acupuncture and stuff like that. And it turns out that titans might have the same properties as humans. And you hit just the right tiny nerve spot on the back of its head that immediately you see these bulbous moth-like eyes covered up and above by chitinous armor just go completely roll back in its head, and it starts plummeting maybe like half a mile in front of you. You have to like run to keep up probably.
I have 2 actions on my turn. I want to use the second action as it's falling to just turn Scylla's head and kiss her straight in the lips. Like a big smack.
And
But like, it's a split second because I know we got a bolt. It's just going to be like, and we run.
we run.
Away towards the monster and away from your feelings.
Yes. Towards the lesser danger.
Definitely. Perfect. You start bolting through the jungle. Vines are slapping you in the face, but you know you need to get there right when it lands, otherwise your chance might be gone. You see the prawn-like creatures are accompanying you through the treetop line. They're jumping and jumping and jumping. They're following the scent of that spore-like substance that's leaking from its wounds. You get there. The prawns have gotten there before you. But all you see is tens of corpses of these creatures. And standing atop the carnage, another prawn-like creature stands supreme. No longer playful and jumpy and fun like the other ones, this one has changed. This one has succumbed to decay. This one is a monster. And it's preying on its fallen comrades, or previous comrades, as it eyes you, bolting through, as you enter this clearing caused by the felling of this massive titan. Vegetation all around you ruined. Between you and the titan stands a creature, born of pure decay, intent on satiating its hunger on you. Let's roll some initiative.
Yes.
Above a 20, anyone? 15 to 20.
15.
18.
18 for Ferry. Wow, MVP! 15 for Armile. Har?
9.
9 and
13.
13. Okay.
So this shrimp-like creature, does it have 4 legs? Does it have all those little weird shrimp
Ooh,
legs?
no, yeah, let me get a bit more into detail.
Yeah, please. Because this front row was very confused.
So, it is a prawn in its almost entirety. The curved body, the tail that loops around, the little legs crawling all over the ground. It has adapted a little bit to live on solid ground, basically. So the legs are thicker and longer, and it crawls on the ground like that. And that's like the little one that I was mentioning before that were jumping from treetop to treetop. This one has, through decay, the carapace is split into ridges. So all along its spine, there's like spiky ridges that like just look very deadly. Its small has expanded. Instead of just opening up and down, it's like expands into 8 different sections, like filled and lined with teeth. intent on rending your flesh. Its tint was like orangey in hue, and now has become pitch black. You see kind of liquid oozing and circulating through its body, and you feel the presence of decay in this specific liquid. And that's about it. I think it's scary enough.
Yes.
Would you say it's the prawn king?
It is the prawn king, yeah. And you're here to steal its crown. But not you, Scylla, not you first. First we have the leader of the party, Ferric. What are you doing?
How far away am I from it?
How far away do you want to be?
I'm right by her. Maybe for the first time, I'm ahead of everyone else because the shot got me so excited by what happened. And for one split second, I forget that I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
And I fire two arrows.
Let's go.
I come to a halt and I just go.
Amazing.
I don't think it's amazing. It's a 10 to hit.
Okay, that does not hit.
And the second shot is a 10 to hit.
Your overconfident self,
Absolutely.
after this massive display of skill, striking the acupressure point of the giant titan, you see, what? This guy's so small, I can get him. Pew, pew.
I'm like, hey, check this out. And it goes like to the armor itself.
Yeah, the first one flies straight, and it does exactly that. It bounces off its chitinous armor, like almost sliding off this ooze that's like covering its carapace. The other one, it's just like super deftly lunges almost in midair and snaps it between its 8-pronged mouth, and the arrow just splinters.
Uh-oh. And I go behind Scylla.
You need a bigger bow. That one's only good for detailing.
Never had a problem with my bow before.
Carmyle,
And
you're
that's
up.
my turn.
I rush in, taking out my forged longsword, which is slightly, on one side, one of the blades is slightly like rusted, but the other side is completely sharp. So I move in and I go with two hands to try and cut this creature down diagonally, right in the middle for the first attack. That is a 9.
Oof, rough.
And then for the second attack, I will try and just once again bring it onto the other side. That's a 22.
22 does hit.
Right. This 1d10. That's 5 points of slashing damage.
Amazing. Yeah, you immediately step in front of the entire group, grab hold of your longsword or your greatsword? Question mark?
Longsword.
Longsword. Longsword, and just like hack once. It doesn't really go through. The second one, same spot, and it hits a little bit, and you feel like the oozing liquid spreads a little bit more as you sink into its flesh and break down its carapace, but it is but a flesh wound.
Nice.
Bringing us to Scylla.
All right, so it's definitely also going to close the distance and just try to whack at this guy. 2 attacks as well.
Let's go.
So that's the 6, so that's an 18 and a 16.
18 hits, 16
18
misses.
hits, right? So that's a 4 damage.
4 damage, yeah.
16 does not hit, did you say?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, she's carrying this one-handed, like, short axe. That's what she uses with her shield, and she's just whacking at it.
You're trying to take the distraction from Carmel actually hitting and wounding this creature, and you just go on the other side, try to flank it. The first one, same thing. It doesn't really go through, and you just focus on that same spot. It worked for Carmel, why wouldn't it work for you? And your hack just like embeds a little bit into its carapace, but not enough to cause massive damage. Now, it is not happy that you acted before it, and it's not happy that you're trying to fight back. Usually its prey just pretends like they're dead. That's what it's used to. So both of you, you see as from underneath its body, these giant wings just sprout, trying to shove you aside. So I need you both to do either acrobatics or athletics checks. A 9.
13.
I forgot to add my proficiency bonus. It's 12.
12, okay. So, both of you are knocked on your asses as you don't expect this, this creature to suddenly sprout more body parts. What is this? It's unfair. You can't do that. As you're hit by these massive wings that don't seem functional, but it seem like just for this purpose, like buffeting people around it when it's in danger.
Is it knocking us prone?
Oh, yeah.
I can't be knocked prone.
Okay, then you don't.
If I'm within 5 feet of the creature, I can't be knocked prone.
Okay, you just take it in your shield, and you feel like it's about to knock you, and just like sink your feet back, and you just, not today. Carmel.
I can be knocked prone, so
figured.
yeah.
Consider yourself prone.
Cool.
And after that, since it didn't manage to knock you prone, it's going to turn its back on towards you and try and bite you. Carmel. Ooh, but that is only a 12 to hit.
It does not hit.
Obviously, because you have a buffed armor from Hara.
Super special armor.
Super
yeah.
special armor. Great. That it's turn for now. You?
Hala is looking at the creature like it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. There's a shine in her eyes. And while she prepares her crossbow,
Yeah.
she's mumbling to herself like, I know I should have built that instant drawing machine I was thinking about. But oh well. And fires two bolts at the creature.
Let's see how it works.
Does it have a couple of eyes?
Oh, it does.
I try to hit.
More than a couple, actually.
I try to hit 2 of its eyes.
Sounds good. So disadvantage?
Disadvantage. Let's go. So it's a 7.
A 7 would not do it.
Let's try again. And it's an 8.
So,
That does do it. No.
no,
I don't really want to kill the thing. It's cool.
Great. At the end of your turn,
Yeah.
you see Carmel as it dissolves in front of you. Completely dissolves and seeps into the ground. Hara, you feel a looming presence over you, towards your back.
Oh no.
As you see, as it dissolves, seeps the ground, and immediately travels behind Hara. Great, that's it.
Whoa.
Ferric.
So cool.
I reckon she's next to me,
Probably.
or yeah, very close.
Very close.
Yeah. I'm gonna. I have the cloak. Not the cloak. It's a jacket, and I'm gonna remove the top part and put it around my waist, and you can now see that on his left breast, the curse has taken a hold of that part of the body, and you can see his heart exposed in a water-like substance. And he picks up the sword that he has with a beautiful handle but rusty. He starts walking towards the Hara and the creature and says, "You're not going to stop me from pouring my heart out to my friends." And I'm going to hit it twice with the sword.
Let's go.
Maybe? 17.
17 does hit.
I'm going to inspire myself.
Oh.
I don't think so. It's 13 to hit.
13 to hit. No.
No. But
Actually, wait. Yes, it does.
it does? Cool.
For now.
I'm gonna. Does it when I hit it first? Since it got all gooed up, is it softer now?
Exactly. Uh-oh.
I pick up my longsword and I deal 13 points of damage on the first hit, and 8 points of slashing damage on the second hit.
21 total?
Yes.
Amazing, yeah. You see as it temporarily morphs its shape into this gooey-like substance to travel through the ground behind Hara's back. You see that the shell does take some time to form, so you got it while it was weak, so you got easier hits. Congratulations.
Hera, you're closer to me. You see that his heart is thumping like crazy, boom, 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 and it ripples on the surface of his skin as well.
Is it gonna
That-
pop out?
What?
Is it gonna pop out?
It might. Ask the creature. But that's my
Next
turn.
time I'll reinforce your armor. Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Not the time. Carmel.
If I get up, and do I still have enough speed to get to it? Do I still have enough speed?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So immediately we'll just do like a kip up and then run straight to it, longsword in hand, and then reach behind my belt and take out the hunting knife. So I'll go 2-weapon fighting on it to do 3 attacks.
You'll notice that as Ferric draws his sword back, it's like tougher, like as it solidifies around the blade.
Cool. First one with the longsword is a 20, unnatural. Second one is a 17, and then the hunting knife will be a 10 to hit.
I'll inspire him.
Great.
Hit it here. It's softer here. Go for it.
So I can't remember. 15 with the inspiring.
No. So
Okay.
2 hits, 1 miss.
Okay, it's full armor then after the first 2 hits.
Yeah. 2d8. That is 12 and 8. That's 20 points. 26 points of damage.
Amazing.
Altogether.
Yeah, as you just go hack and slash mode towards this creature, one of it bounces off its kidney shell that has now hardened back again. The other 2 just slice through it. It feels like it's rough already, by the way. But that was indeed your turn. Bring us to Scylla.
Scylla's also gonna close the distance, and she definitely wants to be within 5 feet of both the halflings.
Sure.
Can she do that and
Yeah,
still hit him?
They're together, yeah. Basically, you're like forming a square around the creature now.
Yeah, I just want to be close to them so I can jump in front of them
Yes.
if there's need to. So,
No
and
worries.
I'll take my 2 actions just to attack.
Go
Just
for it.
straight up. Okay, one doesn't hit for sure, and the other is a 15. So,
Both miss. Oh,
Wait, I'll inspire her.
no. Sorry.
You said
it's a
15, right?
19. No, that's a 20 something.
oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then yes.
I thought it was a 15 to hit.
No, it's fine. Okay. And see if I don't roll a 1 on damage this time. I do. Again.
Great.
It's also 4 damage.
Great.
Well, there is a curse, right? We are cursed. I'm very clearly cursed.
I mean, my shirt is out.
Oh no, the distraction. Yeah, it doesn't really register you at this point. It's not scared of you. It is, although, very threatened by both of you, right? So what it's going to do, actually, is going to try and bite each one of you once. Ooh. So that will be a 23 for Ferric, and a 22
Hits.
Carmyle.
I'm going to use my reactions to step in front of Ferric.
Of whomst?
Ferric.
Ferric.
Sorry, Carmyle.
Oh.
So
Look at him, he's tiny.
Tell me what that does. Just replaces the hit to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you take no damage, Ferric.
And I do have resistance to the damage.
Ooh, amazing. So there will be 20 damage to you, halved, so 10.
Right.
And 14 to you, Carmyle.
What type of damage is it?
This is mixture of poison and slashing.
That's fine. That was 14.
14. Great. You see as this creature just immediately bites Carmel with its 8-pronged mouth, rending your flesh quite seriously, and then immediately with lightning speed unhatches and tries to go for Ferric. But before you can even react in a blink of an eye, you just see a shield in front of you.
And I'm reminded of the time we met, where you did something very, very similar.
Amazing. At the end of its turn, actually, it's going to melt again, but this time it's not going to travel. It's actually going to surround all of you, and you see as it travels through the ground, it surrounds you in a circle. And I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is this for decay purposes?
It is not for decay purposes.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
-1. But yeah.
19.
19 as well.
Natural 20 for
What is
26.
happening? Great, so you all take 6 points of poison damage as the ooze that's surrounding you at one point just immediately, simultaneously jumps from the ground and tries to latch onto your legs. But you take it, it's very fast, you cannot dodge it, but you run through it, through the pain, and you stop the spread of the poison. I think you only 6 points of damage, everyone. Good job. Very good job rolling. Thanks. Amazing. That is... It's go 6, yeah. It's go bringing us to Hara.
Hara thinks on what Scylla said before. Just don't think, just do. And it's going to fire her. Is it near me or?
It is near you.
Near you.
Yeah, actually it reformed after doing that, and it's back in the same place.
Okay. Then I'll take out my smithing hammer
Mm-hmm.
and I'll
Ooh.
just whack it.
Whack.
Let's see. 12.
It hits.
Okay, so it's a d6. 2 points of damage. I don't have.
Yes, Hara!
Scylla, you're right.
Smash!
Interesting. Remember when I said it was looking rough? As you hit a point on its spine, probably one of the ridges that had formed there when the decay mutation happened, it breaks off, releasing an unusual amount of this liquid, right? And you feel like...
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, yeah. And you feel like, well, did that do it? Is it like dying out? And you see as the liquid pours out, it starts floating in mid-air. And just forms a mesh around the creature. And you see as the mesh condenses and coalesces into what seems to be a cocoon, as soon as it appears, almost as fast, it disappears in a burst of decay energy that's just like swats all over you. Within it, you see as the crawling creature is no longer crawling. It has now morphed into something that is four-limbed, and it's standing on its own 2 legs. The mandible has changed, and now the 8 prongs are like 4 on each side and longer and extended. The color is still the same. It has 2 massive pincer-like arms, and it looks extra pissed. With that, as you are
Hara
swallowed...
goes, wow.
Fascinating.
How did that happen?
And as you look in despair or not, depending on your character, you are hit by the swath of decay energy that washes over you. I need everyone to make 2 decay saving throws at disadvantage.
You have +4 for me.
+3 from me. I have advantage on this roll, so I roll just
Flat.
blank.
You first.
Let's hear it.
It's an 11 and a 13.
11 and 13? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
21 as well, and 23.
Great.
22 and a 19.
19. Okay. So, Ferric, Carmyle, you take it. It's fine. You've seen decay up close. This is not gonna.
She's protecting me. That's why I'm not getting hit by decay.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. You feel the decay energy kind of just wash over Scylla and like miss you by just a tiny bit, and you're like, oh wow, I'm fine. And you feel like your heart, you're like, oh no, is it gonna explode now that decay is washing over us? But no, it's absolutely fine. Carmyle, you feel the same. Scylla, you took for you and for Ferric. One is fine. The other one, please increase your decay by 1.
I'm going to use my reaction to use past the sentence. When a creature within 30 feet of me gains decay, I can redirect it to me, and I make a decay saving throw again.
All right.
Do I make that another?
Before you do that, let me narrate what happens to
Yeah,
Hara
go for it.
first,
Yeah,
in case you want to change your mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you have 1 reaction, right?
yeah. I do, yeah.
Hara, you are not ready for this. You are up close to the
I
creature,
know, yeah.
right? And you whack it with your hammer, and this happens in a blink of an eye. You see it appear, the cocoon, and disappear immediately, and you just get hit with a brunt of it.
Yeah.
Your decay will increase by 2.
By 2.
You want to change your mind?
Yeah, I'm going to change my reaction to save Hara from 1. So I just do another blank one? Or,
Yeah, same thing.
Sylva's definitely putting on her I can take this face anyway, so
That's true.
It's a lot.
Mathematics.
That's 31.
Sure. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
So I do the roll again?
No, you take only 1 instead
Only
of 2.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you see my skin starts to get a bit transparent, and on my left arm, and you can see the skin, the muscles below, and it's a bit tacky to the touch. It's not fun.
Ill.
Yep. And she's like, "Oh."
This is new.
No, I've seen the curse before.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. What about Scylla?
you see her collarbones kind of pop out, like the skin around it rends, and you see this collarbones, just the bone of it starts to show. And you see she very quickly just looks around herself, trying to look if there's anything else that's going wrong. And she's much more scared than you would think.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, the curse is advancing. Not good. But happy time.
Yay.
Ferric's turn.
Oh, hell no. And I push slightly to the side and I go ham on this creature.
Let's go.
I slash it twice. And I even push it, like I shove it. I get the hell out of here. Don't touch my girl. Oh, that doesn't hit. That's a 10. And I'm going to try again. It's 24.
Oh, yeah.
That's 8 points of slashing damage as I try to push Scylla away from the creature and damage it at the same time.
Great. Amazing. And you do just that. Shoves you out of the way, Scylla. It's like, okay, you've done your part. Now it's me.
She's actually kind of in a small bit of panic. She doesn't even mind. She's just looking all over herself to see what changed.
Fascinating. What decay does to someone. Carmel.
Yeah, so sort of surrounded by all this decay that hasn't affected me, I just burst through, longsword in hand, both hands. I'm just going to go for 2 attacks on it.
Go for it.
So first one is a 19, second one is a 15.
19 hits.
Can I inspire?
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell him he does not get to do this to both of you. Kill it.
That is a 16.
16 does miss.
Yep, cool. Not like this. But the, oh my god. That's 4 points of damage.
Very, very good.
Decay is real.
Yes. Yeah, at the end of your turn, it's going to snap a bite at Ferric, which is the person that has continuously tried to hit him the most.
I keep taunting him too.
Yeah. 21 to hit.
Just hits.
There will be 16 points of mixture of piercing and poison.
I'm gonna take it for him.
Oh boy.
Can I not let her?
I don't think so. It's a reaction, right?
It's a reaction.
Can I use my reaction to resist at least, like trying and do a strength against her?
Oh, let's see. Audience, should Ferric resist this, or should he let it happen? Let it happen? Yeah. Resist. Neither? Okay. Let's hear it for resist.
Hands for resist.
Let's hear it for let it happen. It's let it happen.
Well, I try to push her, but she's just so much stronger than I am.
So I still get resistance, because whenever
Sure.
I use Valiant Defender, I get resistance to the type of attack that's being
Great.
covered.
So 8 total.
All right.
Good. And it is your turn.
Let me just do the math.
Math is overrated. So.
All right, and as long as she's around them, she's fine. She just wants to keep there, making sure that she takes on as much of the brunt of the damage possible. So since she's looking a little bit beat up, she's going to take one Warden Determination, which means I get to roll a d12 plus my Constitution and level to heal myself.
Okay.
I'm going to do that first. So, yeah, that's a 6 plus 7 that I
Right.
heal. That's fine. I'll add it up later. And I'm also going to try to hit it once.
Absolutely.
Let me do this. All right. Oh, that's an 18 plus 6. So that hits. Yeah.
Yes.
Finally, a number. That's 10 points of damage.
10 points. There's also something fun that you can do with hope, which is turn any hit into a critical hit. So, are you feeling particularly hopeful?
I'm doing my best to keep my besties strong and healthy, so...
Are you feeling hopeful for Scylla or not?
We double that?
We double that. That's fine. 20?
Yeah.
Amazing. Ooh. Ferric. Scylla is not happy. She wants to protect you. Stop getting in the way of heroism, please. So just shoves you aside, shields you from the brunt of the damage, and immediately swings her massive sword around and hits this creature now in its midsection as it's like walking on two legs at this point. And just, you see it sinks deep, maybe like 10 centimeters into the side of this creature. So it's not happy, definitely. Good job, Scylla. At the end of your turn, it's going to do the fun thing of melting into the floor and try to hit you all with a poison damage again. So that's a Constitution saving throw from everyone once more. Uh-oh.
It's a 2.
A 2.
A 2.
12.
11.
12, 11, 2.
That one.
Ooh.
Another one.
Unfortunately, this does mean that everyone fails this time around instead of everyone succeeding. But I roll like crap anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter. Oh, actually, yeah. No. 12 points of poison damage to everyone. And it is its turn now, as it coalesces back up again in the center of this tactical square that's happening here. Should roll at random, I think, because you're all pretty menacing at this point. Let's see. Hara turns towards you, and at this point, it's like DK has completely taken over this creature, right? It doesn't. Before it had some semblance of intelligence. You feel like it was tactical. At this point, with this degree of damage, it's just like going for blood, and it
It's
sees
enraged.
you. Yeah, enraged for sure. A little timer pops up in the. Immediately locks eyes with you with this newfound form, and you see as it jabs two massive claws in your direction, trying to grab you and damage you.
Okay.
That's a natural 20 for the first hit.
Hara's rocking rough right now.
That is a
Yeah.
21 to hit on the second hit.
They both hit.
I'll take the first one.
You'll take the critical hit? Okay.
Thank you.
That will be 26, half to 13.
Still up, still fine.
Yeah. That's 21.
Hara's down.
Down. Okay. So, in Broken Weave, there's a few things that happen when you're down. You don't go unconscious. You keep on fighting, but you only have one action. You can either move or attack on your turn. And immediately, first of all, you make a death saving throw.
Fair. Let's go. It's a 6.
A fail.
Yeah.
If you reach 3 fails, you
go
die.
out. Yeah.
If you succeed, you stabilize on 3. Failed saves do not disappear after the combat.
Yeah.
You deplete 1 each long rest. There is a thing in Broken Weave called a last stand. At any point, if you're at 0 hit points and you declare you're making a last stand,
Yeah.
you have 1 turn to do a bunch of stuff. You get advantage on hits, you get a bonus to damage, and something else that I'm forgetting. But go by the book if you want to know.
Something very cool.
Something very cool.
Yeah.
And we'll say that's something cool that we can arrange here if you want to do it. But it means that your character dies right after the last stand. And your haven gains hope equal to the number of characters that witnessed your last stand.
Okay.
Keep that in mind. You don't need to decide now.
Yeah.
Because it is your turn.
It is my turn. Okay.
Immediately you make a second death saving throw.
Okay. That's a 13.
Success.
Nice.
And now you can choose to move or one action.
One action. I'm right next to the thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna hit it with the hammer again.
Let's go.
That seemed to work last time. Whoops. Where'd you go? It's 21.
Yeah.
Yes.
Muscle
Don't think,
magic.
just do. Don't think, just do. And 5 hit points.
That's better than Silas 4s from before.
Ah, see?
Great, amazing.
That will-
That's it? Yeah, only get 1 hit?
I usually have 2 actions. I don't know.
No, you get 2 attacks with 1 action. So 1 action means 2 attacks, right?
No, it's 2
Uh-oh.
actions.
Oh, it's 2 actions.
It's 2
Oh,
actions,
fascinating.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how I got to do Warden Determination and an
I
attack.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go by the book, I don't know.
But I lose the second action because of.
Yeah, you lose it because
I'm a
you're
bit
at
woozy
0.
right now.
Yeah, ooh. Too much blood.
Exactly. So,
Ferric. It's looking grim for Hara, not gonna lie.
She's looking rough. How's the creature looking?
Also rough, not gonna lie.
Yeah. She used something to heal herself and then attacked, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make use of the fact that she pushed me to attack, and then run towards her, jump on her back, which is slightly crouching because of the attack, and try to hit it twice midair.
Go for it.
23 to hit,
Yeah.
and 16.
Just misses.
All right. It's 10 points of slashing damage.
Yep. Great. That's it, I assume?
And yeah, I was
Amazing.
checking.
Yeah, you slice through the creature. Now you're finding kinks and dents in the kitness armor, so you're definitely getting through it, but it's very, very tanky.
I'm trying to like taunt it while I do it to,
Sure.
to take the attention off of her.
Absolutely, yeah, that makes total sense. I think you've probably succeeded at this point. Carmel.
Taking advantage of the fact that Ferry is just distracting it, I'm going to go, longsword, try and just pierce through the mesh and the hide and everything that it has. So I'll just attack with the longsword. 17
Hits.
and 12.
Nope.
Well, that's better than the 4 was a 5.
Great. Yeah, your concerted efforts to whittle this creature down are working, but alas, very slowly. Tilla.
Scylla doesn't really know how to help when people are already down. She can only just keep them from going down, so she's kind of scared looking at her, and she's gonna heal herself again just so she knows that she has enough to make it through
Gotcha.
for everyone. So she's gonna heal and attack again.
Go for it.
So I'll do the attack and then I'll roll the heal for myself. So wait.
I'll let you heal in peace.
Alright, it's a 17.
Yeah, just hits.
Ah, nice. So it's a 5 as well.
Oh, what is happening, people? But yeah, these
With
joint
the
efforts.
Cade.
These joint efforts are working indeed, but very, very, very slowly. The creature is like tired. Its movements are sluggish. It's still holding on to Hara with one of the pincers. And it is its turn. And at this point, I think it will turn to Ferric. Because it is the one that's doing the most damage and actively trying to taunt it. It's just like releases the tension in his claw and you just slump on the floor, Hara. And it just turns its focus to you and it does the exact same thing and lunges towards you with like superhuman speed. For a 19 to hit first, more in a second.
Both hit.
I'll take one of them.
The first one or the second?
The second one.
The second one. Okay, so you take 14 points of damage. Math. 23 divided by 2, so 11.
Right.
Yeah. But you chose well. You chose wisely.
I'm at 0.
You're at 0 as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so make a death saving throw.
Success.
Great. Okay, you succeed. That is its turn. At the end of its turn, it's going to do the disappearing. It's panicking a little bit, and it's going to move towards the Titan not carcass, but the unconscious body of the massive Titan. So it leaves from where you are. Hara. Yes. Second failure.
Second failure. But I am very good at medicine. I know how the body works. I'm going to go to Ferric
Oh.
and help him to help you stabilize it. It's one of the mechanics here also. So I have to do a DC 15 medicine check. And let's see. Exactly 15 is my bonus. So you are stabilized, and being stabilized, you are no longer critically injured. You regain 1 hit point, and you can do all your stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hara. As you're lying there.
I'm bleeding out and bandaging the other guy. So.
Indeed, indeed.
So-
Bringing us to Ferric. Exactly.
I kneel slightly and I kiss her in the forehead and I said, I love you. And I go straight to the creature if I can reach it.
Yes.
Sword in hand, preparing it on the side and try to pierce it as
Go for
soon
it.
as I reach it. 24 to hit.
Ooh, yes, let's go.
I'll roll the other one. Nervous. No, the second one doesn't hit.
Okay.
That's an 11.
11 points
Points
of
of
damage. Would you like to do the honors or would I?
I'll do exactly what I said I would. I'm gonna lunge at it with my sword in hand. I pierce it and I leave it. I leave the sword there. I go to its back. I hold it by the arms because you said now it has four
Exactly.
limbs, and I go, Scylla, finish him.
She just hurls her hammer, just hurls her axe. It just goes spinning, and just rips in a circular motion through the thing that's just kind of goo, just goes into goo, all just goo everywhere, just splattering.
Great.
My hair.
Ew. Carmel, Hara, you're both sitting back at this point, and you just see Ferric run towards the creature. No semblance of care for safety or survival at this point. It's just, I want blood. And he just pierces through the creature's abdomen, jumps to the side, screams what he said he would scream. Scylla, you immediately know the cue. You've been working quite well in sync. Interesting. Curious. You know the cue. You just, without even looking, 360 no scope, throw the axe in midair. You see it just rippling through the air, gaining speed, unnaturally gaining speed. You don't know how you did that, but congratulations. As it like embeds itself on the chest. It's the salt, yeah. Embeds itself on the chest of the creature. It just splits open, and the moment it starts splitting open, it starts melting almost as the goo kind of falls on the ground, and the axe just thunks on the ground between Ferric's legs.
Hot.
The creature is no more. You have survived? Question mark. This, and Hara, you are still in a critical condition. Would anyone like to attempt to stabilize? Hara here?
Yeah, seeing that happen, immediately reach for my bandages and the stuff I've prepared for the journey, and immediately try to stabilize her in any way, shape, or form
Absolutely.
that I can.
Roll me a medicine check then.
Yes. 14.
I'll
I'm
inspire
feeling
him.
rather hopeless right now. Aren't
Okay.
you feeling a bit hopeless
Yeah.
right now? We just need
Yeah.
one more.
If only.
Feel
If
free.
only-
I can still inspire him if we have no hope of
have no
succeeding.
hope at all.
Okay.
We can-
Audience, one last time. I would like to hear it for hope, everyone. Hope, 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 hope.
Natural 20.
Natural 20 again. Let's go.
I should gain 2 hit points.
You gain 2 hit points.
Cool. So I'm up.
Yeah, you're now stabilized. You're up. There's one last thing to attend to. You need to heal
Heal
this
the-
creature's wound.
Exactly. So I go check the big guy, the big fun guy.
The big fun guy. Yeah, the massive gargantuan creature is still lying unconscious here in front of you. The battlefield where you fought this creature is still filled with goo all over, especially where Ferric and Scylla dealt the last blows. But Hara, you don't care about this now. You need to save
I'm on a mission.
your safe haven. Exactly, so you just dart towards the creature. And it seems so simple. All this stress, all this cause, just for something that you could treat with things that you have in your bag. So you do exactly that. And you start bandaging up the weaker part of the carapace of this
So
creature.
I have a machine to help me spread it out faster.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Would you say that the answer, the cure, is mostly salt?
Oh, no, 100%. It's, I think 74.2% salt.
Exactly. I grab your stash of salt and I spread it out with my machine that just whirls salt around.
Yeah, salt sprinkler.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ferric has that face of, I'm never gonna outlive this now.
No,
Gotta trust your ancients, man. They were onto things, right? They went through some stuff. They know what they're talking about. This is not made up.
That's salt.
It's magnets.
It's salt.
It's magnets.
salt doesn't do anything to magnets.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. But you were right about the no thing just do.
Yeah,
So-
magnets.
And I treat the. Do I need to roll something? No. It's fine.
And as you huddle around Hara, just inspecting her work, like a good group of adventurers looking at someone work and not doing anything.
And she's looking messier than usual, full of blood and all that.
Yeah. As as you do that and you stand around Hara here, healing the creature, you are confident that when you go back, you'll have to wait probably a couple of days, but the effect of the spores will just die out and everyone will wake up fine, and no one will be the worse for it. As you put a pen to it, you close the curtain on this chapter and you start to track back to the Silkhold. I like to finish these little one-shots with the opportunity of each one of you narrating where would we find your characters in, let's say, 2 months' time? How were they affected by this experience? How do they feel at the moment? Did any new connections happen? Did any new sparks rekindle? Who wants to go first? Little epilogue.
Can I go first, and can I cheat and do something that happps right now?
Absolutely, yeah.
And you can all imagine what happens later. So as they're walking, Scylla kind of comes up to Hera and is like, Hera, you know a lot of stuff, right?
I don't like stuff.
You know, but yeah, you know loads of things.
Yes, I've read a lot.
So, you're a halfling, right? And Ferric's kind of a halfling, but he's also kind of an elf.
Okay.
What do you get if you add human to that?
And I talk to her about the bees and the birds and...
No, I know that part. I know that's the problem. I know that part well enough.
I mean, I'll have to test it in a lab sometime.
And maybe you don't have to wait that long.
Okay. And I have a big light that I turn on to try to see something to through you, but it's not shiny enough to see something yet.
Yeah, but I'm right, aren't I? This is happening.
I believe so.
I have to talk to him.
Yeah.
I can't punch this one through, though.
Please don't. It's gonna be fine. I'm not a
You're gonna
healer.
tell me I have to breathe, right? You're gonna
Not
tell
yet.
me, do the breathing, do the breathing.
You need to
Okay, I'll
breathe
do the
all the
breathing.
time. You need to breathe all the time, but not yet.
Uh,
The breathing, not yet.
The breathing.
The breathing.
There's different breathings?
Ferric taught you breathing to calm down, and there's the breathing.
That's not the one.
No,
There's...
it's not the main breathing.
Oh. Oh.
Great.
I'm gonna need some lessons.
Okay, I'll teach you.
Actually, I'm gonna backtrack what I said because I think that's a perfect spot to leave our adventure, and I'll just narrate a little bit of the ending. You walk back to the Silkhold, the four of you. The trek is uneventful. You pass by the clearing where you saw the kind stranger. Well, you saw to his end. Some sense of nostalgia instills, some sense of dread about your future, maybe, Carmyle. But eventually you make it to the Silkhold. A few days pass, your families wake up, your friends wake up, the elders continue visiting your workshop, telling you yeah, bullshit stories. Ferric, you have to keep putting up with people. And eventually, you hear the news.
Yeah, so you remember that month, right?
I'm still pissed at you for not letting me, protect you, but go on.
Yeah, but that's like my thing, right? That's what I do.
From what I remember, that was not the only thing you were into. But go on. Get to the point.
Yeah. So you know how you're a halfling and also okay, no, what? Hera told me not to do this way again. How do you talk to people? There's a baby.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's loads of babies. Like, there's babies everywhere, but I have one.
I'm gonna be a...
Yeah, we're gonna be
No, I'm gonna be, and you're gonna be
Yeah, we're gonna be thing. Yeah, that thing.
You can hear his heart now. It's thumping like crazy. You can see it through his clothes. And then he starts breathing in the way he taught you to do, and he goes, I heard what you asked her, but I wasn't really sure what you were onto. And I certainly don't know what you get when you cross an elfling with a human. But I can say you get me. And hopefully I'll get you. And he hugs her very, very hard.
Yeah, she lifts him up to the hug.
And it is on that imagery that we pan out from this scene. What else could we end on this post-apocalyptic, tragic fantasy setting than on hope, love, relationships? What else can get us through than the hope that the future for our children will be better? Thank you, everyone. This was for the game. Now I want another round of applause for my amazing players, Ricardo, Simão, Joana, and Rita.
I mean, one more round of applause for yourself, DM.
One last one for an amazing audience that stuck through with us for 3 hours. Thank you.
Hope, hope, hope.
Hope, 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 hope. And with that, we conclude the Broken Weave one-shot, The Silkhold. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the setting. If you can, check it out. It is an amazing, well-designed supplement to 5e. You can use it to adapt your worlds to a broken post-apocalyptic for like one-shots or short series or stuff like that. There are rules to convert normal monsters that you use into decayed monsters. Kind of what I did with the prawn-like guy, right? So check it out. Go to Cubicle 7's website. It is for sale now. You can get either the PDF or the hard copy book. I believe Versus Game Center does stock it, so check it out. And yeah, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, come meet us afterwards. We'll be happy to chat. On this stage, we have one last event today, which is going to be the live recording of the... That is true. Obrigado. Agora fechamos o capítulo da sponsorship da Cubicle 7 e falamos então do programa no auditório Talespire aqui. Temos mais uma sessão hoje, a última sessão antes da entrega dos prémios do baú da Rolisboa 2024. Temos a gravação ao vivo do podcast Drama e Dados do Teatro à Faca, Teatro à Espada, Teatro a Tudo. Vamos fazer uma pausa de 5, 10 minutos para montar as coisas, trazer as pessoas de quem devem estar aqui e até já!
Broken Weave is our brand new tragic fantasy campaign setting for 5e, and today I'm going to tell you about the products that we have to offer for this line and also what makes Broken Weave unique. Firstly, we have the Broken Weave core book. This contains 5 brand new character classes fit for the broken world, new rules for harvesting monsters, traveling, the corrupting force of decay, the flickering light of hope, and even a bespoke trail language to decipher. A setting guide to the strange and ever-changing world where magic is broken and god corpses litter the land, new rules for founding, growing, and protecting your community over generations, and a host of nightmarish creatures and mechanics for converting any 5e monster to use in your Broken Weave campaign.
Legend in the Mist, a new narrative tabletop RPG from the creators of City of Mist, with the feeling of a fireside tale where every story detail can affect gameplay. and personal story arcs that transform player characters. Join us, companions. Legend in the Mist, now on Kickstarter.
Wizards of the Toast, um novo restaurante em Lisboa para gamers. O espaço situa-se mesmo em frente da loja Versus Game Center do Parque das Nações e funciona como uma extensão da loja. Tive a oportunidade de experimentar o menu de abertura deles e não desiludiu. Todos os pratos e cocktails são temáticos, desde os clássicos de Mana e HP. Temos vários hambúrgueres temáticos também. Eu experimentei o Excalibur. A decoração do espaço é alusiva à cultura pop e cultura geek. E claro, podemos jogar board games, RPGs e trading card games no próprio restaurante.
Não. Vem aqui um segundinho, Dona, por favor. A gente precisa de você.
Já tá gravando aqui,
Tá
ó.
colapsando na frente das câmeras. The Office total.
Eu não faço ideia.
Bota pra falar. Vamos.
Não vou editar nada.
Salve, pessoas! Bem-vindo a Retropunk.